the season you guys had. Obviously, some challenges. You had some physical challenges as well. But how are you guys doing right now going into the postseason?
Good. Just a good amount of time to kind of regroup, get some practice in for the young guys, and then get the bodies healthy, which is really good for us. But for the most part, just a good, little break for us to get back and then prepare for FSU.
In the back here, Dylan, Adam Shallow, Fox 35. I wonder what are the emotions of being back here? I know you're not at UCF, but just being back in Orlando, what are the feelings it brings back to you?
Just a lot of good memories, for one, and then also just some good weather here in Florida, so that's a good time. But like I said, just excited for the opportunity and to play in the Cheez-It Bowl against a good FSU team. We're all excited to be here.
Hey Dylan, James A, WKMG Orlando, welcome back. It's good to see you. I'm just, what do you know about Florida State, their defense, and what you're going to be going up against on Thursday?
Yeah, really talented. Just a lot of good players, and they played very well. Pretty familiar with my guy Tatum, so good to see him again. But just like I said, a lot of talented guys, and they played really well this whole season. So.
Did you pay more attention to them when KZ was there, and just kind of how much have you talked to him much about this matchup?
Yeah, I of course watched FSU and his time there, so pretty familiar with that. But year to year people change, and personnel, likewise scheme. So just watching this year and just familiar with his time and the things he kind of went through.
Dylan, I know you don't actually face him face to face, but with Jordan Travis, quarterback at Florida State, what have you seen of him? Do you know him personally? What kind of scouting report can you give on Jordan Travis?
Yeah, definitely know of him. He's very talented and has played very well this season as well. That's why at the end of the stretch they've been really good. I think he's dealt with his so-called injuries too during his time out, which is I'd say a little time when they struggled, but when he came back, he's played his butt off. So. Definitely the guy on their team is him, and everything runs through him. So,
Dylan, I know you had the injury, but I'm wondering if how this year went for you. If it was what you had hoped for, the whole experience of transferring and being in Oklahoma, and just how it was for you compared to your expectations.
Yeah, it's I really had no expectations going in other than just trusting God and the path He has for me. Just super, blessed to be in this position and learned a lot in this year, just about myself, but also just the journey of life and the ups and downs. But just grateful for the whole journey because, I truly feel I've gotten stronger and learned a lot through this process. And, just to be standing here, it's a blessing. So.
Just to kind of piggyback off that, just Dylan, how do you think you've grown as a quarterback in your season so far at Oklahoma since you last played for UCF?
Grown a bunch. Just learned a lot about myself, like I said, a lot about this team, and I've grown in many ways, just on and off the field. Just putting myself, in times that are a little uncomfortable, and I think through adversity and challenges, you grow stronger, and just learning from those. I think as a quarterback. With all these experiences, you make sure to try not to make the same mistake twice, and I think just putting yourself in those positions, help you in the long run. So,
what is it about Coach Levy's offenses that has been so successful, and why do you feel so comfortable in it?
I think just knowing the relationship between me and him, and the trust and belief in his quarterbacks, in his system. Knowing that it puts us in a good position, as well as all the skill positions, just showcasing our talents and letting us play free and fast, which I think that's the new day and age of college football. So that's a huge reason. And then, like I said, that relationship. I think that's the most important thing is a QB and a play college relationship. Just being able to talk freely on the phone, in between drives, and then also just week to week, game to game, knowing, we can make adjustments, and knowing that work relationship, it really helps. So.
Dylan, when you transferred in, how big of a part of kind of developing your leadership skills? You had leadership here, obviously, at UCF, but how big of a part of that was it to kind of get to know your teammates, really kind of embrace them? It's kind of a short window, so to speak, when you transfer in. How were you able to kind of handle that?
Yeah, it's different. I think, you know, coming into school with people, I guess that recruiting class, it's a little easier on you just because you know the players, you kind of go through similar experiences. But here, transferring, I think it's a little sped up. You know, you're kind of expected to come in and be ready to go. But that, like I said, was another challenge for me and something that I learned, and I think only helped me in the long run. Just being able to, you know, connect with guys and lead a new group of men who, you know, you don't necessarily have any, you know, rep going into it. You know, you kind of got to prove it on the field. So just being comfortable in that situation, learning from that, and taking that experience and being better, just moving forward. So
A little bit of